Cultural differences in English expressions. Introduction. Language is not merely a tool for communication. It is a reflection of culture, values, and social norms. English, as a global language, is spoken in diverse countries across continents, each adding its own cultural flavor to the way the language is used. As a result, expressions in English can differ significantly depending on the cultural context. This article explores how culture shapes English expressions, with examples from various English-speaking countries and regions, and explains why understanding these differences is crucial in global communication. The role of culture in language. Culture influences how people perceive the world and interact with others. These cultural attitudes are embedded in language use, affecting idioms, greetings, humor, politeness strategies, and indirectness or directness in communication. For example, an expression that is polite in one culture may seem too formal or even insincere in another. This cultural lens impacts everything from casual conversation to business communication. 1. Politeness and formality. Different cultures have varying levels of formality and politeness embedded in their language. British English is known for its emphasis on politeness and understatement. Phrases like, "Would you mind? I'm terribly sorry," or, "If it's not too much trouble," are common, even when making simple requests. American English, while still polite, tends to be more direct. Americans often say things like, "Can you?" or "I need this done by," without intending to be rude. In contrast, Indian English often incorporates respectful titles like "Sir" or "Madam," even in casual conversations, a reflection of hierarchical cultural values. 2. Idioms and colloquialisms. Idiomatic expressions often reflect cultural experiences and history. In the UK, people might say, "It's not my cup of tea," to indicate disinterest, while in the US, someone might say, "That's not my thing." Australians commonly use expressions like, "flat out like a lizard drinking," meaning very busy, or "no worries," which carry unique cultural connotations. In Nigerian English, expressions like, "How now?" meaning, "How are you?" or "I dey come," "I'm coming," reflect both English structure and local linguistic influences. 3. Humor and sarcasm. Humor varies widely between cultures and significantly affects expressions. British humor is often dry, sarcastic, and understated. A Brit might say, "Well, that went well," after a disaster, with a completely straight face. American humor tends to be more direct and expressive. Sarcasm exists but is usually more obvious. Japanese English speakers, due to cultural norms that value harmony and group conformity, may avoid sarcasm or ambiguous jokes altogether in English conversations. 4. Expressions of agreement and disagreement. Cultural norms affect how people agree or disagree in English. In the US or Canada, open disagreement is more socially acceptable. Someone might say, "I don't think that's right," or "I disagree." In many Asian cultures, including Japan and Korea, disagreement is often softened. A person might say, "That could be true, but," or "I see your point." However, in some African English contexts, indirect disagreement is expressed through storytelling or proverbs instead of direct contradiction. 5. Gender and social hierarchies. Expressions may vary based on gender expectations and social hierarchy. In Western cultures, the language is becoming more gender neutral. People prefer expressions like chairperson instead of chairman. In South Asian English, respect for elders and seniors is linguistically embedded. Expressions such as, "with all due respect," "Sir," are common even among colleagues. Some cultures expect men and women to use language differently. For instance, in certain conservative cultures, women may be expected to use more deferential language in English. 6. Small talk and personal boundaries. Cultural norms dictate what is appropriate for small talk or personal questions. In the US or Australia, it's common to ask, "What do you do?" as a conversation starter. In some Asian or Middle Eastern cultures, asking about family might be more appropriate and welcomed. In Northern European cultures like those in Sweden or Finland, small talk is minimal, silence is not necessarily uncomfortable, and overly personal questions can be considered intrusive. 7. Business and professional communication. Professional expressions in English also vary. American English in business settings is often upbeat and assertive. Words like excited, passionate, and innovative are common in corporate emails. British business communication tends to be more reserved, with phrases like, "I was wondering if," or "I would appreciate it if." In Japanese English, business emails are extremely formal, and phrases like, "Thank you for your continued support," are standard, reflecting the cultural emphasis on gratitude and long-term relationships. Why understanding these differences matters. In a globalized world, English is the bridge language between diverse cultures. Misunderstanding cultural nuances in English expressions can lead to confusion, offense, or even failure in professional interactions. For example, a direct American style might be perceived as rude in Japan, while a British speaker's indirectness might be misinterpreted as uncertainty by an American. Being culturally aware enables more effective communication, fosters mutual respect, and helps build stronger personal and professional relationships. Whether you're working in a multinational company, studying abroad, or simply chatting online with people from other countries, understanding these differences enhances your ability to connect across cultures. Conclusion: English is not a single uniform language. It is a cultural chameleon that adapts to its surroundings. Expressions in English reflect the values, humor, politeness, and social structures of the cultures that use them. By learning about and respecting these cultural differences, we not only become better communicators but also more empathetic global citizens. The next time you hear a strange or unfamiliar English phrase, consider the culture behind it. It might just reveal more than you expect.